right back, Charlie.
Hey, this is what Ross Clark Cedric should have been doing, bro. I have to rewind this one for me, bro. Can't lie, man. People deluded, I'm back again. First things first, I hope everyone's enjoying their Friday. Yes, we lost the Spurs. You have to hold your L. It is what it is. But there's more important things in life than football, such as your health. If you're listening, whether you're on Twitch or YouTube, appreciate that. Hit the like button on YouTube. Keep doing what you're doing on Twitch. Don't forget, people, I'm going to be live at 2:30 odd with Statman Baines on Twitch. Again, we're going to speak about the result and everything else. But yeah, I hope everyone's doing well and safe on this Friday morning, like myself in the United Kingdom. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, and of course, good night. Hope you've all had a progressive week. Hope you've all moved that much closer to your goals, hopes, dreams, ambitions, and aspirations, and all of them things. Hope you're all healthy. Yeah, commiserations, Arsenal fans. Congratulations, Spurs fans. You know, I've got it all out my system now. Obviously, one love to the Twitch gang. We was live just before this, and we looked at the game from a tactical point of view, and I really offered all my opinions that I have to give. So that will be re-uploaded in due course onto YouTube. But yeah, follow on Twitch if you want to see that. But yeah, man, let me know your opinions in relation to the game. What went well? Lol, nothing. What went right? Nothing. What went wrong? Everything, you know, is what it is. As I always say, you know, congratulations to Spurs. They were the better men on the day. Not that they had to do much to beat us because we defeated ourselves. They controlled their emotions. They managed the game better. They needed to win, and they did that. Their fullbacks did. We made Emerson Royal, much like Liverpool made him look decent. Big up Ryan Sessegnon, he did well, you know. Banter has won the flick on from a header, which is the second set piece in recent weeks we've conceded from, but it tells you what could happen if you do things in January. On the topic of January, while I do like the team spirit and all of that we've developed, boy, you know, we took a dangerous game with midfield, the light in midfield, dangerous game up front. Shout out to Eddie, but dangerous game. Dangerous game at right back, dangerous game at centre half, and I ain't gonna lie, man. I wish Callum James was part of this team, man. Obviously, the game was, well, where'd you look at it, man? Because for me, the players, as first things first, I'll start with the players. You know, too emotional, holding rattled. Some players were too excited. Some players crumbled. I said play the game, not the occasion. It looked like the occasion and the context of the game got to certain people. You could see Harry Kane telling Son and Kulusevski to calm the hell down when there was flashpoints. Couldn't control our emotions, couldn't react to setbacks. Only good for the first 15 minutes watching that game again. You know, conceded. You know, the thing that hurt me the most is probably the third goal, because at 2-0, the next goal is vital. What did you, I know Arteta probably told you lot what you needed to hear at halftime, but what did you lot say? As much as it's about the gaffer, it is about managing yourselves. I'm not being funny. We're in testosterone environments. You man are grown men, bro. You know, you're playing the game. Sometimes players need to manage themselves. And I never saw that. Holding's been sent off for fouling Son, but that was going to happen. If he didn't get a second yellow for that, he was going to get it. Him and Cedric didn't know what they was doing with Son. Toothless in midfield from Xhaka and El Nene. Defense is all shambolic. I'm a big fan of Gabriel. He's been a bit toilet recently, and he was toilet. Nutmegs getting skinned, getting ripped. Tomiyasu did well yesterday, but there was no communication from him. El Nene, who did poor as well for Kane, for Son's goal. There's no communication to give away that corner when we're losing the first and second battles from the set pieces. Not really going to get onto Eddie Nketiah for playing Kane on side. He's a striker. He's not his forte in it. So the players reacting to setbacks, man management, managing themselves, being accountable of themselves, winning your individual battles, having no regrets come minute 90, not there. On the manager, naive, you know. I know to be fair, Saka's got injury doubts going into the game. He was poor yesterday. Saka's got injury doubts, but I didn't understand a lot of things. Why is Ben White on the bench? We paid 50 million quid for him. Yes, he's had injury issues and stuff and whatnot. But to me, as an ignorant fan, if he's fit enough on the bench, he's fit enough to play, whether that's 0 minutes or 90 to a degree. Obviously, I'm being a bit harsh. He shouldn't be on the bench then. Why is he there? Is he not a better right back than Cedric? Could we not have gone free at the back? Because it would have been lovely to win for obvious reasons, but it was more important necessarily not to lose. Now you've left yourselves with, even by Arsenal standards, we keep catching life. Like, we're still a point ahead. We're still in the driving seat, but I'm looking over the wind mirrors. People are starting to overtake us. If I was a betting man, I said before, I don't expect us to beat Newcastle before we even lost to Spurs. So where does that leave me now? Not to mention shambolic defensive options. The hell is in the back three? Tomiyasu, Ben White, hopefully. Xhaka's probably got to go there. And then obviously, whether you rate Xhaka or not, that has a knock-on effect for midfield. That means rocking up to Tyneside with Lokonga, who's still, wet around the ears and rough in several aspects and things like that, and El Nene. So that means, and that means already at a disadvantage in the middle of the park, and not to mention beyond the obvious. And then you've got to go to Everton on the last day of the season. So it is all in your hands. But I don't like games in hand. I don't like potential points. I like realizing points. We've been shipping goals. We've been poor. Forgive yourselves for getting smacked against Spurs. As I said, congratulations to Spurs. They were better than us. They did what they needed to do. For you lot, long, hard look at yourselves. Wake up and smell the coffee, For Arteta, tactically, I don't think you reacted well enough to going initially down to 10 men. I don't think you reacted well enough. Or as well, as I said with the Ben White thing, I don't think you reacted well, because it's like you still tried to behave like we're down to, like we've got 11. Then only did you start mixing things up. The ref was terrible. He made some difficult, rubbish decisions. But if you know the ref isn't good, if you know there's an agenda against us and things like that, stop relying on them to get it right. Control the variables we can control. As much as I think the ref got decisions wrong for both teams, as much as I feel if the shoe was on the other foot, we're not getting that penalty, that will happen in other games and not been given. It was a soft penalty. On the other hand, if soft penalty, hard penalty, whatever, penalty's a penalty, people. We gave the ref a decision to make. You go and watch the game again. Cedric has had a look and he's done it. What annoyed me, Twitch we spoke about, is actually the build-up to it. Cedric's, you got Sessegnon there, Son there, Holding's looking at Kane and he's in the half gap. Gabriel, I don't know what Gabriel's doing. He's probably in dream world, got a new hairline, got shiny white pearly teeth, got called up to the Brazil team. Shambolic. And this is what I mean by players have to manage themselves. They have to govern each other. The foundations are getting shaky, innit? We're terrible. We've been terrible defensively, as reflected in the clean sheets, really. If your name's not Martinelli or Eddie Nketiah, I'm onto you, basically, And before, the thing that jars me, you defeated yourselves. Spurs actually gave us mercy. As soon as the third goal went in, they said, right, you know what? We've got 1 day's less rest on Arsenal. Son, Kulusevski, come, get an extra half an hour rest. And you can Conte probably spent the last half an hour, or probably even the start of the second half, probably literally just focusing on Burnley. What, they're 2 banks off for this and that. You lot, I say Arsenal fans, leave them alone, because we tried to support Liverpool. Liverpool crumbled against Spurs. Burnley are not going to do the double over Spurs, surely, even if they're fighting for their lives. That's a routine win for Spurs. Crazy, man. Absolutely brazy. But yeah, man, win, lose or draw, this is what comes with the game. For me, I'm just obviously, angry about losing to Spurs and all of that tosh, but there's winners and losers in every game. I'm angry about defeating ourselves. These were this was billed as, this was arguably billed as the biggest game of the season. Both teams are not doing anything because it's fighting for a trophy. Neither team's going to win. Spurs don't know about that. But it was all the fighting talk from the players, the way it was billed. I only saw one team, and sadly, the team in white. You, man, didn't look like you were 90 minutes away from absolute ecstasy and overachievement. I just hope it's the Amazon documentary. This is just going to make it look even lit. There's more twists and turns. Maybe they're squeezing more episodes, ultimately more episodes in the season for the first season. I don't know, but wait, you lot, I always say the feeling of regret. I ask for no regrets. You're going to have plenty. When May comes, you lot can kid yourselves and say we weren't expected to get top 4 at the start of the season. We've overachieved and all of this, but wait. Some of you are never, but some of you don't know what Champions League is if you don't play next season for Arsenal Football Club, provided we get there. And I never saw it. I never, soft underbelly. Some people can't fight, won't fight, don't know how to fight. Gutless, spineless, penniless for our thoughts. Just shambolic, really. Nothing went right, really. Didn't even get a young Haaland goal in that. We're even creating half chances when we're 2-3 down to 10 men. Like, only decent for 15 minutes. Obviously, goals and moments change games, but you've got to be able to react to setbacks. You've got to be able to react to this. Liverpool against Spurs, dent to their title challenge. You could have lost the game. Yes, it's not bragging rights getting a point, but there's that. For Mikel Arteta, I can't lie. It's another game against a half-decent coach, to be kind to Conte, because he's 30, where you've been tactically outdone. Brighton, Graham Potter, you underestimated him. Conte did you as well, and especially in terms of the angles. For me, the thing that jarred me was Holding and Cedric. That was going to happen. Holding's just getting tight to Son and just fouling him and kicking him everywhere. Cedric is in no man's land. You can't rely on certain players. Certain players are squad dons. I do like the togetherness that has come in this squad as a byproduct of what Arteta is doing and letting players go. But you're kidding yourself with some of these guys. Even fans, a lot of you are going to flip-flop. A lot of these players you sing and dance about, you're going to turn them on that game and you'll be back, pardon my language, sucking them off pause when we eventually start winning again. You've got 180 minutes. Arsenal love to do it the tough way. You've got that in it. Do I think we're going to do it? No, I think you're going to crumble at Newcastle and then end the season well against Everton. You lot are lunch meat. Everybody should fancy scoring against Arsenal. Everyone should fancy beating Arsenal. We've not achieved nothing. So, yeah, man, hit the like button, people. Appreciative if you're tuned in across Twitch and YouTube. It is what it is. Like, you can't go back in time. As I said, if I was you, I'd be angry at yourselves. Bare fighting talk, I'm not trying to draw out any players. Odegaard, you was talking about young, hungry squad. We want to play Champions League. Arteta was specifically saying three points away from the Champions League. Saka said he ain't won at Spurs away. None of the fighting talk. And maybe Arteta showed his naiveties. Now, obviously, Conte and Arteta privately are probably saying the same things. But all I got from Spurs, Harry Kane on the pitch and Conte urging calm. We got too emotional. As I said, play the game, not the occasion. We didn't do that. We get excited, getting excited, getting into handbags. Maybe Son could have been sent off for an elbow of his own, but I'm reaching. Of course, I'm going to reach and cherry pick. We bloody lost. So, yeah, mediocre, all them thing there, man. It was just, it is what it is, man. What more can you sit there and say? It just weren't good enough for that, but it is where it is. It's not been good enough for the last few weeks, whether we've won, lost, or drawn. Really and truly. So, yeah, man, you have to just take the rough with the smooth, man. It is what it is. It is what it is, man. You just have to maneuver, man. What's this? Sorry, I've been added on, son. And sorry, people. I just want to show you like this. You like need a bit of humor, yeah. Obviously, fans were getting at me because I think the ref was shit in it, and like I said, man, are blaming the ref for getting the right decisions. The penalty's a pen, the red card's a red. Harsh. It is what it is. Then this Dom was like, nice to see you gooners with sense. I don't want praise from the ops. And he's like, with that username, I'd beg to differ. I wish I had £1. Bearing in mind, there's this. Anyone that's watched My Wife and Kids, tell me if I'm lying. The episode where my man said he looks like a gay insect. Tell me that don't look like Donny. Tell me that don't look like Donny. The man's laughing through the pain. Tell me that doesn't look like Donny. Once again, tell me that don't look like Donny. This is the net. You can't give me verbal when you look like that. Hey, tell me, we need a bit of humor this Friday. Tell me that don't look like Donny, bro. Like fam, if we don't laugh, we're gonna cry, bro. Like, it's not even the savage. That's the first thing I was like, oh wait, the first thing I actually thought was bit of a sassy reply from a grown man. But it's cool. It's all banter. It's all entertainment. Like he said, 1-1. It's all entertainment, bro. It's all entertainment. It's all cool. It's all cool, man. But it don't come for people unprovoked, especially when you got them feminine sunglasses on, bro. Bro, he done it to himself, bro. He done it to himself, bro. He done it to himself. I told you, lot. School's harsh. When you when you had to wait on puberty to catch up, you had to be slick with it. Like what? You have to, bro. You have to. Man, like Junior, bro. Trust me. My man's looking like a gay insect. Like, word to that episode, man. Word to that episode. But yeah, on a serious note, we were meaty. Yeah, we were meaty, innit? Like, what more can you say? I'll be real. I think we gotta have a conversation about Gabriel still. Like, you know me, I keep it honest, people. It's got to be honest. Like, if you play well, you played well. If you played shit, you played shit. Gabriel's still my guy. But I can't lie, you've been a bit shaky, man. You've been a bit shaky. You're still. I know you're young and old habits die hard, but I do think you've got to be better than what you're currently at, man. I think you're not good enough reading danger. I think you're a good defender, like you can defend and that, but the proactiveness that's now needed to become a better defender. I still believe in Gabriel. I still believe in his physical qualities and his ball playing ability, but that added focus, that being able to read the game, I don't think he's there. Kane, listen, everyone gets ripped by Kane. You're getting nutmegged, you're too easy on the foul. As much as Cedric and Holding are doing booky things for the for the penalty, you're not even looking at Kane. So that tells me there was a lack of communication. Cedric's got Sessegnon there, Son is there, Holding is here. Kane's over there, and Holding's focused on Kane. Gabriel just ball watching. So yeah, man. Gabriel, I mean, Holding back three tax. I'm not going to sit here and say Holding didn't deserve to keep his spot, but yeah, if it weren't a back three, he should have taken him out of the team. That's the only thing I'd like to know from Arteta is why did you react initially the way you did when we went down to 10 men? And what was the thinking behind Tomiyasu at left back? I'm not being funny, but I would have, not that Kulusevski's not good, I would have rather, with Xhaka over there, I would have rather Xhaka and Cedric against Kulusevski than Son for the very things that we saw. The third goal as well, not to mention the fact that it was conceded after 90 seconds into the second half where we're 2-0 down and it's a vital goal. If you go and look at it and you lot will get your tactical review, nobody's followed Son. Son's just bought a raffle ticket and scored. Like, nobody's tried to put him off. And it's this being able to smell danger is where these players need to go. As much as Arteta's tactics, I feel, were shaky, these players got to manage themselves and play the game themselves, really and truly. They've got to be able to do it, really. You've got to ask yourself better questions. I know old habits die hard. I know it's very difficult to want to improve and things, but it's needed, man. I just think we're too emotional. We're either on it 100 or we're not. Like, we need to learn to rein it in. And even Mikel Arteta, the team's a reflection of the manager. Like, I do think Arteta gets a bit too emotional at times. You need to start. You're a calculated guy, but can we be a bit more calculated with it? Like, for me, it's bad taste waffling about the ref. I'm bored of the ref rhetoric. We know there's an agenda against Arsenal, but control the variables that we can control. Once again, anyone that's played Sunday League, how much times have you known play to the whistle away from the dodgy reffing decisions? Did we do enough? What player could say they couldn't have given more yesterday? If I had to scrutinize it, I'll allow Tomiyasu. I'll cut a bit of slack to Saka because he had a bit of an injury coming into it. Saka was shit. He's my guy, but he was meaty. Shout to him because he's been nominated Premier League Player of the Year. He was meaty. I would only say Eddie Nketiah and Martinelli, really, because I feel Tomiyasu's giving away a corner he doesn't need to give away, if I'm honest with you. I think Xhaka and El Nene are giving a lot of stray passes. I feel, the defense is at 6s and 7s. I can't really blame Ramsdale for anything. I think Martinelli first 15 looked like one of the only guys on doing stuff. Holding was meaty. Cedric is shit. Like, I'm not being funny. We've been here with Cedric, man. I remember some of your username said we don't need a backup right back for Cedric. He's not even the best right back at the club, and some men are not natural right backs. We've been here. Sancho, Nottingham Forest, Sunderland, Watford away, Southampton at home. He made big up Cedric. He made a good block to deny Kane after the damage was already done. And when we won our first game of the season against Norwich, he made a good block. But come on now, like, young players is one thing. Experienced Donnies are doing this, Some men are just meaty. You can't keep doing all of this. And for Arteta, I do think at times he's got this whole, if it ain't broke, don't fix it. And I do think yesterday was a game for 3 at their back. Just go and match them. You would have loved to have won, but you didn't necessarily had to win yesterday. Spurs had to, Spurs are one of the best counter-attacking teams, so we decided to be open on the counter-attack. Davinson Sanchez has cut us open with one pass. We're not following runners. It was just shambolic, man. It was toothless, gutless, spineless. Just terrible day at the office. You just have to go again. There's nothing else you can do. Like, do I think we're gonna get top 4? No. Do I think these lot can? It's up to you. I don't know what you lot can do because a lot of you don't look like you believe in yourselves. If I'm completely honest with you. Sure, people don't know why that's open. Oh, raw. One of my reviews from yesterday didn't go up. Sorry about that, folks. We'll post that right now. Sorry about that, people. Put that out there right now. So yeah, that's another clip. I was up till 1 a.m. clapping that. And you know what? It was actually better to watch the game a second time around. Because of that, you've already accepted it. And I don't like to rely on, well, when it's time to do it, it's a crumbling thing. But shout out Saka for getting nominated, but yeah, man. And now we just have to be shameless and say, oh, Spurs, how many trophies? Which is dead. You know, we've got to bring them out, man. But yeah, man. What are you lot saying? That's my little segment done. 52 likes. You lot are acting, people. Tough crowd today. Would you believe in those guys to not bottle top 4? I don't believe in nothing. Like, I believe in what I can see. You play like that, top 4 is gone. Everyone in this league should think you could score against Arsenal because we cannot keep clean sheets and we're struggling to score goals. Really, I don't care how many goals we've scored in recent games. Arsenal fans, if you're honest with yourselves, you know we're not a goal-scoring team like that. Some man might do a thing. You know, the guys that are scoring goals are not necessarily goal scorers. Obviously, Eddie's a striker. He's still learning to score goals. He's got 4 in 18. Yes, 4 have come in the last 5 starts, but he's learning to score goals. Saka, Smith Rowe, Martinelli, these guys are learning to get there. You know, the goal scorers are not goal scorers per se. The experienced man are meaty. You can't rely on Holding when time gets tough, especially not in the back three. You man can rely on Cedric because some of you lot sat here and said we don't need a backup right back, but that's good for you lot. I'm a big fan of El Nene, toothless yesterday, even in for the 3rd goal. El Nene all over the place, really and truly. You know, Xhaka's given the ball away for what proved to be the build up to the 1st goal. I'm being a bit harsh on Xhaka because Spurs have strung together a couple of passes, but these dons are not good enough. If you get into the champs, boy, there's a lot of guys that should be squad dons. You get what you pay for. And I mean, I said it at the start, regardless what happens to the end of this season, Mikel Arteta, you know, if you rely on certain man, they're going to cost you your job. Honestly, regardless of that new deal. He's got to be ready. If you're on the bench, you've got to be ready. Surely. Odegaard, a ghost. I know both are different players, but he was better in their prime. Aubameyang or Sanchez. Sanchez, hands down. Tavares, pardon me, can play left back, right back. Thoughts on Arteta's comments? I don't think he's wrong, but allow it, bro. It's bad taste, bro. You seem like a spoiled kid, fam. Just focus on why we lost. You can talk about the ref, but allow it, bro. Just focus on why we lost, and especially when you're gonna do this. Oh, I got something to say, but I'm not gonna say it. Like, come on now, man. That's sneaky, bro. I know we all know why, but that's sneaky, fam. That's emotional things. Like, because everyone needs to control their emotion. I think Conte's a hypocrite, much like I think every manager's a hypocrite. They're always moaning, really. If we can't beat 14th and 16th place when it really matters, we don't deserve Champions League. Trust, to be fair, that Spurs is cup final, bro. And to be fair, mine's been holding it. Do you know what? It's not even the Spurs. Listen, my niece is bantering me because she's a Spurs fan. My family members are bantering me, but it's not even the Spurs fans. They done the necessary things. More time, it's just the flipping United fans doing the most. Yeah. And I can't blame them. The game's the game. It is what it is. I don't think we'll get top 4. We don't handle pressure well. If you can't handle pressure, you shouldn't be playing football. Pressure's a privilege. You know, if you ain't got if there's no pressure on your shoulders, you're not doing decent things in your private life or personal life, or you're not in any positions of meaning. Pressure's a privilege. Stop always wanting to play when the sun's shining and the Emirates is cut. Nothing good comes easy. We've unfortunately got a soft underbelly. I'm petrified of Bruno Guimaraes and Newcastle, broski, just because Bro, if you're Eddie Howe asks questions of that defense, man, 8 p.m. game, bro, for me, top 4's gone, man. Facts are we're still ahead of Spurs and we have games against Newcastle and Everton, which we should win. I think we'll be fine. Well, and seeing is believing, bro. Pepe gets a red card and he's absolutely roasted. Holding gets a red and the Coleman is ready to fight the ref on his behalf. To be fair, it's a dickhead thing. Both are idiot things, man. We should stop saying meaty players should stay, honestly. People are too emotional, man. Holding with shit, man. He rattled himself. Holding got rattled, fam. Holding got rattled, bro. Holding, you can't be playing like that. These dons should not be playing in a must-win North London derby, quote unquote. And I'm still screaming. He's better than Cannavaro, Rob Holding, but that man there. And listen, Arteta's doing the Wenger thing. Like, these guys are, they're good guys in and around the changing rooms and all these things. But we've got to be a bit nasty. Cedric, Holding, certain midfielders in the pivot, you're gonna rock up and hold the elbow. It's not good. It's not good, man. And then you got fans blaming me on socials, mate. Like, you got twats like this. Let me show you, lot. Like James Morgan. Like, this is one of the hardest things about social media, bro. Because I know you ain't got this energy, bro. Like, man, just randomly saying, your game has to recognize game. I don't want to praise Spurs, but you have to held them up for that. Man just said F off. Have a good night's rest. And he said, sorry, drunk and being a complete dick. And then, as I said, they say the drunk self reveals the real self. Like, well, come on, man. You're an Arsenal lad. I know you're not built like that. You know you're not built like that. And especially when you got your... you're not. Oh, fuck you up. Like... I'm not the baddest man alive, definitely. But, one thing I'm not taking it from is Neeks. Like, the thing is, I'll go prison for you, Like, what are you in for? Smacking up James Morgan. Like, that shit get banged. This is the thing. Social media is too comfortable with talking nonsense to people. Like, Gabriel was okay-ish last night, me, people. Not directly to blame for stuff, but yeah. Do you think Arsenal was too premature in giving out new contracts before they've achieved anything? Well, in line with what they're doing, I would say for Arteta, yes and no. Probably not, because this season, no matter what's become talking points, probably, it wasn't hinged necessarily on where he finishes unless something calam happens. So I would say no. For certain players, yeah. It's not even that. It's like, stop changing narratives around players, man. No, certain men are not good enough. Your content and views need to be seen. Bare people are using your deluded slogan. What do you mean, CJ? And what do you mean? DG, would you start doing calling shows because I think it could help your channel, bro? I would love to, but people can't behave themselves on social media, bro. So that's a myth. I'm sure you've big up Tobes. I'm with Tobes later today at 1:30 till 2:15 before Statman Baines, but people can't behave themselves, my guy. Like, come on, man. Like, I'm sure that the calling shows would be great, but I'm sure you've all seen the mad things that have been happening, and it's not that I'm necessarily scared of that to happen, because that would be a silly way not to advance content. It's not needed, bro. Like, it's just people can't behave themselves out here, man. So that's probably what, unless there's an absolute way of, like, I don't know how TalkSport do it, but if there's a way of vetting people and you got to go through some serious steps before you talk nonsense, then fair play. But yeah, man, it would be absolutely brazy. So yeah, I'm not really for it, if I'm completely honest with you. Do Arsenal fans really believe that 2-3 new players over the summer will get you competing in the Premier League and Europe? Serious question. Is that all that's missing to be a top team again? I don't know who said that. I don't know who you're speaking to, but fair play. This defeat didn't bother me. I was expecting it, but it's mad to say. I know we'll bounce back against Newcastle, but this is where we need to improve. We can't just beat average teams no more. But I don't know for Newcastle. Saka looks shattered. Big up DG. The best players make the best decisions in pressured situations. Tell him again, Jay. Holding and Cedric showed their levels. They've shown that they could be part of a squad, the squad players, and maybe occasional big game they will stand up to be counted and be lit. Let's be honest, Holding's been all right, but sooner or later they will show you their level. Naive from start to finish. The question is, have we gotten better defensively, shipping goals for? I think we've improved defensively, but statistics are not going to be kind. And fundamentally, it's not hard to improve defensively. I thought initially we're making better decisions. The last however many games, going back to Crystal Palace, we've started to revert to old habits. People always gas up Xhaka as a leader, but when the going gets tough, he dips out of games. Bit harsh, you know. He was trying to fight, man. Like Tavares did well when he came off the bench, true, but it was late and the bar's on the floor, really, innit? Xhaka left back, boy. We were too gas, simply didn't have the nerve to withstand the atmosphere and weather the occasion. We looked good before the red card, but it was not good enough, nowhere near Champions League standards. Charles was good for 15, 20 minutes. There was an experience gap. Pardon me. You could see Kane telling man, calm the fuck down when they were trying to get into handbags. Kulusevski and Son in particular. Conte getting excited, but then calming man down. This team's not ready, broski. Good morning. Big up yourself, Emmanuel. Rob Holding can never play for top teams in the league. Pardon me. Not to say Cedric Eddie. Be harsh on Eddie. Eddie catching a stray. I think he put himself around and that. He tried a thing. Obviously, he switched off. But yeah, man. That was a stonewall penalty. Cedric wasn't even watching the ball. Same. Soft one, but it's given, bro. Man are talking like going to St. James's Park and picking up 3 points is a given. Trust. Let's admit it, Spurs are a good team with a great manager. No doubt about that. The sky is blue. We've said that. Big up DG. How far can Arteta take Arsenal? I just see him as someone who sets up Arsenal for a bigger manager to take over. I don't know, man. The way you're moving, I don't know. I don't know anything. I think the team must move towards signing consistent professionals before trying to go for signing big signings. Just sign the right guys, whether they cost 2 million or $1 million, it doesn't matter. Twitch subs only. Appreciate that, my dude. Big up American Guna for last night as well, gifting up community subs. A penalty, a red card can fundamentally change a game. With power comes great responsibility. There should be more accountability for the refs for the sake of best. And yeah, they should be, but did we react? Setbacks happen in games. Take away the ref. What did we do? Because I'm not saying you, but this kind of gives me the impression that we were good and the ref cost us the game, which has been times that weren't that. But I can't tell you lot what to think. I just say think. But in all honesty, what did you expect to get a result from a team who beat City twice and drew to Liverpool, also have lost to Burnley and dropped other points? Granted, the red card made a difference, but regardless, Spurs were clear favourites. I hear that, but you're acting like we didn't beat them at the Emirates. And, you know, Spurs are a good team, but they're hardly a world-class. We made it easy for them. They didn't have to be anything more than 5 or 6 out of 10, which is testament to Spurs and a damning verdict on us. Holding's just rattled, man. Holding acts like he's in the fucking pub. I don't know. Arteta just sound like a spoiled kid, bro. Like, fam. Holding not good enough. Saliba needs to start next season. Awful game, really hard to watch. Hey, I can't lie. I was better watching it again. DG, do you think Xhaka will continue next season? He should really go. We need 2 centre mids. Squad players. But not being funny, we've been down this road. Like, you know, the definition of insanity is doing the same things and expecting different results. I lie. So, yeah, man. Holding had 1 more warning, 4 fouls, but bro, he was gonna get the second yellow, man. What positions do you think are priority to recruit? Well, centre mid, fullback, up front, minimums. Poor game management, bro. The ref played a part, but come on now, man. When the ref shagged us and we went down to 10 men against Wolves, I think, and Martinelli patterned. Come on, there's been times refs have done dumb shit and we've still won. You know, 2 truths can live in the same realm, but football's an emotional game. If people want to console themselves with the conspiracy theory and stuff, which I think there is one against Arsenal when it comes to decisions, but I would be more entertaining of that conversation if I could say we left everything there and the ref did us dirty. Xhaka and Holden have their moments, but they're both pre-Klopp Pep era. Get rid, old school Premier League trash. Can't blame the ref. Holden was poor in Cedric. The team we beat at the Emirates was Santos, not Conte. Totally different team. Exactly. You know, again, and for Arteta, anytime he bucks a half decent gaffer, they struggle. As much as it is a different gaffer and new tactics, it's the same players more or less. And we can't act like we haven't. Conte actually has a poor record against Arsenal. I think you should go back to Woolwich. Hey man, then there would have never been a Premier League title in North London. You know, I understand you're a Spurs fan, mate, but I don't think we're going anywhere, man. How does the back line look versus Newcastle? Tragic. Funny enough, when we go to 10 men, we hear we play better with 10 men, discipline to be questioned under Arteta, which is true. But again, some of these players need to sort it out, bro. Like, manage yourselves, control your emotions, win your individual battles. Man said he looks like them Donnies that tied himself to the motorway. Yeah. Them. Looks like he needs a shower. Crazy, man. For someone who has been at the club for a while and has not been a consistent spot in the starting 11, Holding's professionalism last night was nothing short of pathetic. Wait. Charles. Anyone that's played Sunday League knows you can blame the ref, but you still got to bring your own thing to the place, bro. Let's allow this Spurs praise. It still fuck them, man. Regardless, some of you, man, are getting soft on me. Oh, man, you have to be gracious in defeat. They were better than us, but apart from that, fuck them. Of course. Wait. Oh, as I always say, have no regrets. There's going to be bare regrets tonight, and some of you are going to have bare regrets come May. Holding's ego got to him. Trust. Too excited, bro. Like, I don't know. Doing the bro. You lot are professional footballers. Just relax. Man said, I've been a Spurs fan 50 years. I was there, locked out 1971 when you done the double at White Hart Lane. Know the pain. Exactly, Paul. So you should thank us, bro. We you know, you lot wanted the Premier League. We brought it to you lot with your own captain. Big up you, man. Conte's a top tier manager, as he is. Bare regrets. It's Friday the 13th. I have a funny feeling Burnley will hold them to a draw. Now they're smoking Burnley, bro. They're smoking Burnley. I want to be wrong, of course. They're smoking Burnley quickly. Conte's going to look at them and say, listen, you, man, if you lot want me to stay, if you want Kane to sign a new deal, you, man, need to smoke Burnley. 12 p.m., the fans, them are going to be moving mad, you know. I asked my brethren, I was with my brethren, Spurs fans were out in the pub until 1 a.m. and I was thinking, hey, some of you lot got work. Water Cup final. But fair play, man. Spurs fans, this is all I got. Just pain on the lane. Is what it is. Newcastle will be out to prove a point with our suspensions and injuries. Will be going there light-handed. Exactly. On the best of days, still we're light-handed. But at the same time, this is Arteta's squad, isn't it? Obviously, he wants to bring people in and we're going to try and improve and things. But everyone in that squad is there because Arteta's there. Anyone he wanted out is gone. And we've seen that with several guys that are gone. We made this decision in August. January. We left January weaker. We bet on this. When we let certain man that can play centre half, centre mid, left back goal, we bet on this. Striker, we bet on this. This was the squad. For better or worse, this is what we relied on. We made our bed after lying it. This is why, as much as I know we need new signings and things, I try to refrain from just waffling about that because this is not the time to talk about it. You know. Got to sell Kane Downs tool start of the season every time. Only performs once he's got a chance of Europe. It's over for Kane. Where are you going to go? You can go United under Ten Hag and that, but are United going to bid for you? Is United a step up from Spurs? I would say yes, but is it in reality? It's probably a sideways step at this moment in time. And obviously, Spurs are chasing the Golden Boot trophy. Shout out to Son, because little is being made of that. Really. You know, how long has Kane got on his deal? And he's 28, 29 this year. Where are you going? Obviously, Kane his game's not reliant on pace or any of that sort of stuff. So I don't think it's a thing where, you know, he's going to decline in that. 15 league goals and 35 and 8 assists, you know, from a slow season, I would say, from Kane, really. Contracted until 2024. My guess, if they get Champions League, him and Conte sign new deals. Arsenal should beat Newcastle, but we can't get complete. I don't know about none of that. Because everyone should fancy us, man. Everyone should fancy playing us. What's Newcastle's form saying? Two back-to-back defeats against Liverpool and City, so you know what time it is. You know what time it is. Eddie Howe allow it, man. We got Pepe, we got Leno, we got Torreira, Bellerin, Maitland-Niles. There's Bob Eddie. He's gonna be free. We'll put in a good word. Just allow us, innit? Just allow us. Come on, Eddie Howe, man. You've overperformed, man. You lot are well and truly safe. Just allow it, bro. Lampard, allow it, man. Martinelli off the bench more effective for that game. I think Smith Rowe chomping at the bit. Smith Rowe could have done something, but yeah, man. Big up DG. At the start of the season, I had no expectations for the squad to even get Europe. The team has defined its squad quality with its current position, but will finish fifth in my opinion. I mean, it's something to build, but it would just be you bottled it yesterday against the world-renowned bottlers. If you ain't got the bottle to see top four, then how are you gonna get? Even though we've won FA Cups with some of the squad, how are you gonna get FA Cup finals? How are you gonna get a long way away from it? But how are you gonna be challenging for leagues? How are you gonna be doing any of this? Football is a way more emotional and a mental game than people give it credit for. Of course, yesterday you could sit there and waffle about tactics and things, but the key reason as to why Spurs were able to beat us, they kept their emotions in check. They scored the first goal, didn't get complacent. They came out hungry. Obviously, we were collapsed. Came out hungry, got the third. That's for me. Not that I want to praise Spurs. The most impressive thing they did yesterday, because goals change games. As long as there's 2-0, I don't want to say we win, but there's a bit of hope. And as you know, if you score that one goal, it gets a bit nervy. Tommy right back, Son and Tavares versus Emerson. Just shit, man. Now it's Holding out. Holding can stay as a squad player, but these games, it shouldn't be playing like this decisive part of the season. It'd be nice to have better players available. But yeah, man. I don't think we'll bounce back from a single game this season. Tottenham are favourites. Bearing in mind, we have to go with Tomiyasu in the middle. Are you going with... chill. I don't know, man. You might as well just put Saka left back now, man. I know what the problem is, but if you might as well slap Saka there now, man. But then you're the right Smith Rowe in the middle. I don't really want to see Cedric or Tavares, bro. I'll be honest, man. Don't want to see none of it. I don't know why. I just don't want to see it. I just want players I can believe in. Not players that turn it on for 4 or 5 games. Fans start rewriting history and that. Top 4 and challenging will be harder next year. We'll need to get there this year, but I get Emre first season PTSD. It's gone, man. It's gone. You had one. I think that was the one last chance. I want to be wrong, but you keep getting gifted chances. Much like that Emre season. Every time we was fucking up, there was a next chance. How much top 4 is the battle of inconsistent? Spurs, Arsenal, and before United got blitzed out of it, we're all fighting for the same thing because we're all inconsistent. And there's better and good moments from us, really. I heard Kendrick's thing. Yeah, crud. Even though Tavares has been bad, we're still winning. I would have kept the same team as Leeds, mainly in terms of Cedric. I just don't believe in them, man. Any news on Gabriel's injury, bro? He's gone, man. He's gone. Do you know what? What we should do is look at the press conference still. Here's the timestamps. Apologies, people. It's been a long night, man. I was up till like 1 in the morning, couple hours sleep, 1, 2 in the morning, couple hours sleep, watch the game again, and now I'm here with you lot. Sorry, people. Maybe that's why it is what it is. Sorry, folks. Spurs 3-0, Arsenal thoughts. That was that. What's the timestamp here? One love to you lot. Please make sure you're hitting the like button and all those things. Don't forget, I haven't done it all yet, people, but tomorrow's the FA Cup final. Twitch already know, but Twitch and YouTube, half an hour / 15 minutes before kickoff, we'll be watching that. Obviously, we're going to do a watch along for Monday night. The champions, we got fucking lied to. We're not making it. We got to start learning the Europa League thing. If I'm honest with you, like, this club's going to kill me, bro. You know, I love this club. We lose what it is, where it is, man. Is where it is. We're still not 100 likes. Tough crowd, man. Tough crowd. Tough crowd, man. Maybe man, I just vexed that we bottled it. I hear it, man. I hear it. It is what it is. Twitch gang, you're doing amazing, man. Can't lie, I'm hungry. I need a plate of those waffles, bro. I agree, bro. I think we folded now. Young squad, all well and good, but they don't know pressure like this. Trust. And the wickedest thing is, bro, it's the experienced man crumbling, you know, or the more experienced players crumbling. If you're meaty, at least be consistent, bro. Look, I'm not to praise United, but Ferguson, Ji Sung Park was lit. But you might not see him for 20 games. And when he comes in, he's doing a thing. John O'Shea, Darren Fletcher, you know. First reborn game from El Nene, but I told man, I'm not blaming El Nene, but stop rewriting history on Dons. Holding, decent squad player. I'm not turning on Holding, he's my guy, but you're meaty, you know. You're meaty. You can't be North London Derby fighting for fourth. We should never be in a position you're playing if it's not a back three or there's not been a madness. You know, I have to wonder, why didn't we try and give them a dodgy lasagna? Trust, bro. Also, you have to hold our licks, bro. There's been so much quote unquote positives this season in a sense of, I believe, look, big up the Arsenal fans. Some of them left after the 60th minute. I can't blame them, but some of them were there singing Arteta's name. There is more togetherness. There is a young group of players. There's admittedly with Arteta and Arsenal, I think you showed me just enough to get gas, but then you showed me some to be concerned about. But there's something there. But I don't like potential because potential has to be realized. It's been a better season than more. Like we're talking about getting top four in May. Yes, we're gonna have to hide behind the fact of, oh, you know what, man, we were talking about relegation in August. Young squad, top six is probably on course. Do you know what? Yeah, I remember when certain Arsenal fans earlier in this season. Remember when the early days of top four became a shout? Do you remember some fans literally said they don't want top four because they don't think we're ready for it? And we're not ready for Champions League, clearly. But really. So it is what it is. There are some positives, but this is Arsenal, in it. We show our fans just enough to get aghast. And then, yeah, man, apple crumble, in it. We bottled to the bottlers. We lost the Lily Whites. Like, I have to bring them all out. I have to be shameless and say, what a trophy for Spurs. Get the DVDs out. You know how it is. You have to just run that. But fundamentally, we have to hold our L, man. We got slapped, and they didn't have to get out first gear. Again, Spurs wear a white kit. The only kit that's dirty is probably Hugo Lloris because it comes with the territory being a goalie, and Son was kicked. No one else's Spurs kit is going to be dirty. They're the best kits to donate to charity. Give to them idiot fans who put the boards up with saying, I want shirts and that. Yeah, man. Simple business. Really. And it's another away game. I don't know. Are we struggling to cope with the atmosphere? Probably. Hey. Reality is 180 minutes away. If you want football, you do your thing, in it. Simple as that. No disrespect to Holding or any, but you never gas these types of players too much because they're in short stints, and that's it. Exactly. Them guys dropping points against Burnley, I promise you, promises a comfort to a fool. Bourgeois DG didn't do his job. Well, yeah, dirty then. The only kit that's not dirty is his. I don't know why, but I feel like we'll get Champions League football next season. I hope so. I actually know the Europa League tune. South London, we're in the gutter, but I refuse to learn that. I don't want to be, I can't lie. I'd rather not be in Europe, and that's not possible. I just don't like it. Obviously, we're not doing serious things in Europe, and I'm being snooty. I'm a spoiled Wenger baby, in it, like consistent Champions League. Crazy. Let's see what the press conference had to say, man. And this is what pisses me off, man. Because now I know that this is what's going to annoy me. We're going to hide behind the ref's decisions rather than two truths can be true in the same realm. That we wish it, but we go. The ref was bookie, but we could have done a lot more. What's that? That's Ramsdale, Arteta. Yeah, let's see exactly what these lot had to say. Appreciate you lot for tuning in, man. We've got 180 minutes to make it right. Simple as that. Easier said than done. I think we were beaten by stupidity rather than football. We was, but we still lost. It don't matter how you shape it up. We lost. You're right. How would you handle conference if you don't want Europa? What's conference? We're not in. We can't get conference. So I don't know about that, but I don't want that. plus 11 goal difference, the stats you lot should be looking at, bro. We can't beat Spurs on goal difference. You need to beat them on points. We don't score enough. We're not keeping enough clean sheets. If you can't win, don't lose. And it's like we don't really get that. Anyways, the big decisions went against us, which they did, but we went against ourselves as well. Yeah, it's obviously not what we came here for. We came here for 3 points. Personally, decisions went against us tonight. I've not seen the replays. We're an honest bunch of lads. So when we see the replays, and if it's a penalty and it's a sending off, we'll be the first to admit it. But on first glance, I feel like the big decisions went against us, and then it's an uphill battle from there. It was a short space of time, and we've gone from looking comfortable in the game at 0-0 to 2-0 down, and then it's a lottery. If you get the next goal, the crowd can get a bit nervous, and we can get back in the game. Unfortunately, we conceded just after halftime, and that's game over. Fair play. Let's see if there's the same level of honesty from my gaffer. You're still my gaffer, Mikel Arteta, but listen, I'm one of the most shameless dons you will ever find. But sometimes you just got to be honest, innit? I don't like the whole. We're meant to be a club that does things with a touch of class, and be honest. The ref in general, refereeing's poor, but come on, man. What you said? I've already done that. This game is now history. We have to play on Monday, and we have to start to win the game now. Again, play the game, not the occasion. He went on to say, absolutely, because we have to manage the frustration. I know how they were feeling about a few things. Pardon me. I didn't want that frustration to take over us because then we're going to lose more players. As for the latest on Gabriel, who went off injured, the boss said he felt something, so we'll have to wait and assess him. But yes, it's a real issue because now Holding is out as well, and Ben White is just coming back from injury. Arteta on the referee, defeat, and Newcastle. On the referee, I cannot do it. I just want to say that I'm really proud of my players, but obviously we didn't get the result that we wanted. I can't wait to play on Monday. I don't want it to come in. Proud of our players. Let's be honest, there's nothing to be proud of. We lost. It doesn't mean I turn on any of the players. It don't mean I question their integrity, but what's there to be proud of? What I'm genuinely asking, what is there to be proud of from that game? Okay, let's move away from the obvious of we lost the game and mistakes and that. What's there to be proud of? We didn't lose with grace. We didn't make it difficult for them. We didn't mash up the clean sheet at least. You never asked any questions. We were toothless. Young Martinelli and young Eddie look better than Bear Man. Tavares off the bench. If Tavares is playing better than you, whether he's played 30 seconds or not, alarm bells ringing. What's there to be proud of? I'm genuinely asking, what is there to be proud of? Sometimes just be honest, bro. Like, this is crazy, man. How is that finishing third looking like? I don't know about that. I don't check the league tables, Zulu Warrior. But look at you trying to kick a man when they're down. You're lucky I don't know your Instagram because I might just DM your wife. Anyways, and get a sympathy shag. But let me stop. You lot are making me a villain. Sorry, mate. Let's stay professional. Anyways, I cannot do it. I just want to say I'm really proud of my players, but obviously we didn't get the result that we wanted. I can't wait to play on Monday. On the red card, I want to be on the touchline on Monday night. No, I can't talk because I will be suspended. You can ask the referee if he wants to come and give an assessment of the match. I can do it, but I have two options. I can lie to you, which I don't do, or if not, I'll be suspended, and I really want to be on the touchline against Newcastle. On if it was a red card, I prefer not to speak about the incident. Brother, it's a red, bro. It's a red, fam. I think Son could have been sent off for the argy-bargy, but he played you. You got rattled. You didn't do it discreetly. On what went wrong, that we lost the game. Obviously, we wanted to play the match, and we were so excited to play a game. And you've seen the team, how it started. 15 minutes. The way we were playing, and this beautiful occasion was destroyed. And unfortunately, we could not enjoy the game that we wanted to play. Bro, football's about suffering, bro. You make a lot of big song and dance about suffering. Arteta's big homie and Pep does. Bro, very rarely is it going to be beautiful. To succeed, there's beautiful and bad moments, and that was an ugly game. It wasn't meant to be beautiful. What are we talking? Why can't we just be honest, fam? Like, it was shit, bro. Like, you've got to be able to respond to setbacks. Liverpool were poor and they're not happy with a point against Spurs, but they want a point that they lost. They want to go down. They got signed out of the game. We haven't drawn when losing. We haven't come back too many times or won games from losing. That, reacting to setbacks, that sort of, when it's not really about ability, people, it's about that fight, that makeup, that just getting it done, that that fight or flight, we bottle it. Like a lot of these guys are young, so they haven't got it. But yeah, man, there's even that. I don't like to hide behind that because young or old, you get it. You back someone up against a wall, they're either going to fight or flight. They're either going to succumb to what happened. We did it against Wolves, fair play, but then rise up some more. You know, we again 10 men leads. We've got to be honest. Like, there's nothing wrong with being honest. One thing I hate about speaking about Arsenal or Arsenal in general, it's always white or black. You know, it's always this. So this. Why can't we just consider the whole landscape of things? I hear it, Arteta, but it just sounds like sour grapes, man. We didn't suffer. A lot of talk about suffering. Man didn't suffer in that game. You know, when we went 1-0 down, what, you man didn't expect to concede? You've never been a goal down before. What's going on? It already, to me, it looked like, if I'm cynical, maybe we got our excuses ready that we're going to run behind. Really and truly. I can't lie, the wording of this thing is horrible. I mean, the layout is horrible, people. On the race to the top four, we can't wait to now play on Monday. This is how I feel. But maybe you lot need to drink a ray enough, back a spliff, and relax and think about it. I know what they say. The best thing when you lost, especially in that fashion, is to play again. But relax. It's too emotional, bro. Be calculated. Just cool off. On not handling the occasion, no, I didn't see any of that. Come on, let's be honest, man. Let's be honest, man. That we did not handle the occasion. We got too emotional. Our first 15, we looked all right. We didn't handle it right. Let's be honest. We've walked away from we've got a red. This is me, the Arteta. Come on, man. Crazy. You know, he said, no, I didn't see that. On if the players should remember we're still fourth. No, act like you're not fourth. Stop the complacency. Absolutely, it's important that the disappointment doesn't take over more than the great opportunity and the two beautiful games that we have added of us. And this is where our energy is going to be now. On how Holden is feeling. I haven't spoken to him personally, but you can imagine, obviously, having to leave the pitch so early in a huge match like this is very tough. On Gabriel, we've already spoken about that. We're short in that position. Where we are, you let two defenders go in Jan. I'm not against Marie and Chambers going their shit, but the bodies, we can't stand it. As I always say, if it's pissing down rain and you go and stand, but if it's peeing down rain and I stand outside with no top on, people, and I sit there and say, oh, I'm getting wet, whose fault is that? Should I either had to have looked at the weather, I've had to have made sure I got an umbrella or make sure I've got a jacket? What we doing? This is your squad, Arteta. Of course, I know you want to improve and all these sort of things. But every player, whether you've brought them in, you've been given the free run at this, you know. You have been allowed to exile players, rub out players, bring in players. This is your squad. You bet on this. And we all knew it was a gamble. There's been times this season, much like now, it looks like incompetence, you know. On the other occasion, it looks like, you know, the Disneyland Channel stuff, like The Athletic says, you know. It is what it is, people, you know, really and truly. Hard to come back, DG, when Tottenham put a whole army behind the ball when out of possession. So you mean you mean to tell me a team isn't just going to let you score? A team with an Italian manager is going to be set up defensively good? You mean to tell me a team doesn't want to let you score? How dare you do that? You know, it's almost like Klopp's coming out after Conte and saying, "Oh, I don't like the way they play." You don't like the way they play because you've made it harder. Liverpool and City have to bust down low blocks week in, week out. So do we. Burnley at home, when we dropped points, we couldn't break down the low block. We cannot break down the low block. What do we expect? So if you know that, why make it harder for yourself? Why giving the ref decisions to make? Come on. Of course, man. When you look like this, any excuse, I get paid for doing that. Come on, man. Come on. It could be worse. I could look like them dons that try to throw me on the net that I showed you lot. But in a serious note, what are we talking about? That's a loser mentality, respectfully, Armani, bro. That's not sounding. I know you kick ball, but that's not you. You're better than that. That sounds like someone that don't know ball. Of course it's gonna be hard. What, we think life is easy? You think this is Mighty Ducks? Man are just gonna give you something. Pressure is a privilege. If you've got pressure in your life, personal and private, it means you're 30 at something. It means if you're not 30, you're in a position where you can be 30. Meaty. Anyways, obviously we're really short in that position. Wow, I never knew that. Wow. We. On if Gabriel's injury is hamstring related, it's a muscular problem and we'll have to assess him. On if he changed the system tonight. We didn't play a back four in certain moments today. We played a black five in many moments. What a spelling error. A black five. What's that? Saka, Eddie and Ketty. Oh, mate. On if we will appeal Holding's red card. We might as well, man. Might as well just appeal for the sake of it. Football Manager settings. Do you know what? I never saw Rob Holding sending off, so it'll be difficult for me to look at it. I'll have to go and watch it again. What I do know is I do back my players and stuff. I'm sounding like Arteta myself, innit? So yeah, he said, I don't know. I'll speak to the club. Let's see how we feel about it and what options we have. We always defend our club in the best possible way. You can't defend the undefendable. So we'll look at the options that we have. Short, sweet, to the point. We were meaty. Let's go. Holdings, Saka's been nominated for Premier League Player of the Year. Well, we crumbled, bro. It's an opportunity to achieve something we haven't achieved for many years. Okay. That's that. Like, that's that on the press conference. What more can you say, people? That's Mikel Arteta's press conference. Sounds is meaty, bro. Just it's okay to say we were dead. Pressure's a privilege. It weren't me who said that, but yeah, man. It's a privilege, bro. If you don't put pressure on yourself, you ain't got pressure in your life is, pardon my language, shit, bro. If you don't put pressure on yourself, I put pressure on myself every day. You lot probably put pressure on yourselves. This is dead, man. Wasn't just yesterday we were reading that Arteta propaganda piece. Crazy how the media flip-flops trust. Arteta put himself in this position with the decision, so he has to hold that trust. We should aim to put Newcastle in the biggest split if we want 3 points. Just react, bro. End of the day, just react. Saliba would have contained Son like he did Mbappe, maybe, or he might have got ripped and some of you would have been chatting ish. It's games like that. You need an experienced sideman defender, someone that could just come in. Bro, and you mean to tell me that if we are crying about low blocks now, what do you think is going to happen when you actually get a great number 8, a certified striker, better improved attacking synergy, word to Arteta? You think teams are not going to double down defensively? You know, it's like Bukayo Saka coming out and saying, oh, why is everyone marking me now? Why is everyone doubling up against me? Wow. Like, what are we talking about? Seriously, what are we on about now? What are we talking about? Like, we're saying nonsense. Sometimes man need to not talk for the sake of it. Sometimes there's this, you just gotta be honest. Sometimes it's okay to say we weren't good enough. This was meaty, that was meaty. Callum Wilson and that St. Maximin, stop, man. I don't even want to think about Newcastle, bro. I love Saliba and Gabriel, but Gabriel's been shit in the last few games. Saliba's had a good season, but he's also had mixed performances. They will get collapsed as well in the Prem. They'll have good games, but they'll also get collapsed. And let's be honest, I know what people are saying about Holding when Saliba could take his chances. Okay, how many appearances has Holding made? Let's be real. I'm not saying that we couldn't have brought in other people giving him a chance, but clearly, rightly or wrongly, said Saliba, go play 20, 30 games. Holding, you're going to be a sideman. Holding's, I wouldn't say he's happy to be a sideman, but you're going to be part of the furniture. You know, what would Saliba, if he stayed and Arteta genuinely isn't going to play him? There's no French. There's no French cap. There's none of that. Saliba's played 30, 40 times playing for Marseille as they're chasing Champions League. I want him back next season. I actually wouldn't be against him going out on loan again, but I want him back next season. But what are we talking about? Once again, games like that, naivety. Games like that, you ain't got a proper number 8. You ain't got no composing figures in the middle of the park. You ain't got no depth. You ain't got a 30 striker. You ain't got players that can just make something happen. It's a myth. In hindsight, maybe a back three, maybe Saka, maybe Smith Rowe starting. Maybe Saka could have went left back. You go Martinelli on the right, bring in Smith Rowe via that way. Maybe it could have been Tavares. I think if it's a back three, a lot of the things we saw yesterday, we probably don't see. But everyone can be a genius in hindsight. And one thing I'll give Arteta is, as a manager, you're damned if you do, damned if you don't, innit? For me, I've just seen naivety. It's another big game where I'm all right, cool. You know what? Tuchel, you want after Tuchel Moyes, you did a thing. But I think you tweaked too much against Graham Potter. You didn't tweak enough against Conte. Anytime we buck a half decent manager, I'll always Brendan Rodgers a couple years ago at the Emirates. I think Arteta struggles, and it's not arrogance. It's almost like naivety to respond to setbacks. It's almost like it's like a boxing match, bro. Arteta strikes me as someone that can plan something, and I like the gaffer. I still back him. Like he can study someone's punches style and see that he punches with his left. If in that fight in the first 10 minutes he uses his right hand, that's it out the window. There needs to be too many variables for Arsenal to win games. And to be honest, it's been coming, because I won't say we would have lost 3-0 to United, Chelsea, or West Ham United, but them games there could have went the same way. We could have easily scored in these as well. Exactly. You can't react. You can't predict. Sorry, to people doing dumb shit, but you can react quickly. The thing I'm gutted about with Arteta the most is maybe we could have went 3 at the back, but that's all subjective. I would say in game, I don't think he was certain enough when the red card happened. It's like we're almost trying to behave like we're down to 10 men. We're still at 11. Bro, Saliba's had great moments, but it's true, half the people waffling ain't seen him play, bro. He's done some dumb shit this season as well. He's done some elite stuff. You know, he'll do the same things Gabriel's done. I'm not saying he won't be a baller, but it's always the players that are not involved or the players that aren't playing that are the messiahs. And more time when they start playing, these same dons are the ones. It's crazy, man. You think Arsenal do anything decent in champs? Get out the group stage, maybe, man. I like Odegaard, but you're not my captain. You're a captain, but you're not my captain, man. In my opinion. I need the trenches, baby. But then again, Ramsdale's my captain. You wouldn't say that yesterday. We needed Captain Tierney, mate. Everyone's got to stand up to be counted, man. It would probably be White and Tommy at centre back. To be honest, I can maneuver with that, man. If somehow Gabriel's fit, he probably still play Tommy Asu left back, man. But for me, we need to go to a back three because we're shipping too much goals, bro. Like, we're literally shipping bare goals. Like, this is, as much as I think we've improved defensively, or we're just starting to think, it's overstated, bro. We're shipping goals. Like, something needs to change. These players are not switched on enough. Even the times we've kept clean sheets have been Bandulu since April, bro. How many goals, bro? 3 against Palace. You get my calculator, come. My mental arithmetic is meaty, but let's calculator in that. Let's start counting this. That's 3 against Villa. That's now 5 when you say the 3 against Palace, the 2 against Brighton. You know, it's now 6 when you consider 1. You know, plus 2, we're now at 8. Yeah, we're now at 8. 9 with United's. Now 10. Now it's 11 with Leeds. And then, bro, that's 15 goals in 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 games. That's dead, bro. That's dead. And Arsenal Football Club, let's be real, we're a team that favors the attacking sense more than defending. More so, if you're an attacker or a cam or a winger, you got more chance of making it. When last did a defender come through this club? A proper defender, not accidental fullbacks. For a long time, Arsenal have not taken defending seriously. And the same way we like to play football and play little moves, we have to want to defend. There's a toughness, Goals wins you games, defenders win you titles and stuff. Spurs' goal difference is better than us. They've got 2 very good players. Son's got 20 plus goals. Kane's got 15. Lloris, he's got, I think when I last checked, he had 12 clean sheets, 13 now. I think Ramsdale had 11. I could be wrong, man. So, yeah, that's 15 goals in X amount of games. And when you look at it, how many have we actually tucked in? 1, 5, 8, 10, 12, 15 goals or so conceded, 12 goals scored. Mixed bag, as we always are. We've been a mixed bag all season. We're a mixed bag as a club. We show our fans half enough just to get excited and start to think something's decent's happening, and then we revert, man. Like, we need to stop confusing movement for progress. Just because you're moving doesn't mean you're progressing. If you take 10, 20 steps forward and then 30 backwards and then 50 and then 50 backwards, you're just more or less in the same spot. Do you think White gets disrespected? We look better when he plays. I mean, it's not hard to look better. I wouldn't say he gets disrespected. In fact, yeah, he does. But he's been class at times. Arteta needs to watch out through the hard man thing. Pepe could contribute to the team, but the man's ego won't let him play. Well, you're going to have to use everyone. I don't think we'll have enough centre-backs now to even do a back three next match. Gabby down. Boy. Slap Xhaka in there, but then again, you're going to... Lokonga's out of his depth. I want to say Son's underrated. You can't underrate him, man. Ramsdale's conceded 5 penalties this season, not even going the right way once. That's concerning. I mean, should we focus on the people giving it away? The process doesn't matter if it doesn't win trophies. If Gabriel isn't fit, we can't do a back three. It has to be Cedric, White, Tomiyasu, Tavares. I can't lie. I'd rather slap Xhaka in the back three. I don't feel confident in that as a flat back four, especially with the aerial threat. But if I'm Newcastle, just cross the ball, bro. Just cross the ball. We need a whole new midfield apart from Partey and Odegaard. Amen. 13 red cards since Arteta took over in 2019, at least 5 more than any other side. Does Arteta not work on discipline? I don't know, but it's something that I'll give him a bit of a discount when he took over. He had Mustafi in that, but yeah, you're true, man. You're right. Still, it's something to it. It's something he needs to address. Our team's a reflection of the manager. You can't just gas up the team and not ask questions. So yeah, man. Clearly, rum and coke already. It's Friday, bro. What are you drinking? WNN. And what time is it in the UK? Is it in the UK? It's 10 p.m. It's 10-2, basically. 10 to 12, 10 to 1, sorry. Big up the Aussies. Lack of catches straight, but I'm not being funny. Like, why I don't get mad at these players is because I'm not saying you lot, but I genuinely think a lot of you lot are too emotional. A lot of you, if we win, they're the messiahs. If we look like Holding could be a hero for Arsenal fans next Monday, and a villain again. I think, for me, I just accept a lot of these dons are meaty. Like, there's very few guys in the Arsenal team I genuinely have expectations for, and I think that's wrong. Like, Cedric can't make me mad because I don't rate you. Tavares, I know you're a mad. I rate you, but you're a madman. So I can't get vexed. Holding, I know you're not cut for certain things. I know Holding, El Nene, these sort of guys. I like El Nene's part. He's cool with the squad. But these sort of guys, they're going to give you 3-4 games. As I keep saying, bare man in this squad are hot and cold. We're a young squad. There's going to be volatility there. But, Lacazette at what, what? Let me ask a question. Would you lot give Lacazette a new deal? Probably not. But go back a few months, there probably weren't an Arsenal fan that was saying not to give him a new deal. Eddie weren't rated, now he's rated. Holding this, El Nene, that. There's a lot of hot and cold players, flavour of the month. There's Pepe's one as well. There's very few guys that are tugs in this thing. Exactly. From the first minute. I'm with you, DG. United squad is just as meaty. We're meaty and our average age is 29 years of age. Exactly. But some of you saying no. In your heart, did you say Lacazette couple months ago, new deal? You probably did, some of you. This is people allow things to gas them. It's this Marie's better than Gabriel. Tavares the best left back. We don't need a backup right back because of Cedric. Xhaka underappreciated. El Nene, we don't need to do this. We don't need to do that. Make Ed and Ketty our second, third choice striker. I'm not necessarily against that, but there's a lot of flip flopping, and it's not isolated to Arsenal fans. But I think a lot of fans I don't think a lot of fans understand football. I think a lot of fans just get excited with the emotion thing. A lot of people. This is why I praise level headedness. When you lose, you're not as bad as you think you are. When you're winning, you're not as good as you think you are. Definitely hope we're not as bad as we think we are when we've lost. I would say that all the time, but definitely hope that's the case now, innit? I gave him a new deal in FM. I sold him to Atalanta. Trust. And this is it. Arsenal for you. Win one and gas up mediocre ballers as being world class. Lose one, they're overrated. I'd offer him a cheaper deal and make it clear as a backup. The only reason I'd ever give Lacazette a new deal is if there's a serious spanner in the works with bringing in strikers and you need someone for the squad. A lot of men should be leaving. I don't think there should be a new deal for a lot of them. If your name's not Saka, Martinelli, Saliba, there shouldn't be new deals. Fans fall for the purple patch, man. Man said the next Ian Wright. People get excited, man. And obviously it's football. Emotions are heightened and all these things, but people get excited. People like to lie to themselves. It's an uncomfortable. There's so much emotion in football. People don't like to be honest. It's crazy, man. But what can you do? Lord forgive them. They don't understand them. Here's what it is. Some men are just not level. Some people never did it. They're never gonna do it. That's what jarred me yesterday, because a lot of you, if you don't play Champions League next season at this football club, you're not playing Champions League. Like, what players could say they play Serbia, Cedric? Do you know? Unless you do the going back to Portugal thing, like Laka might be able to scumbag something in France. Dons are not playing Champions League football. I don't know who said Ian Wright, but it could never be me. Man called him Eddie Murphy. Bro, give him a new deal. Eddie can be part of the squad or go out on loan, but man can't rely on you, bro. What's the situation? Oh, sorry, I just see that. Imagine how do we feel if we actually saw something. The bar's on the floor, bro. Look, from Arsenal fans are praising strikers for working hard, myself included, defenders for defending, keepers for catching. The bar's on the floor because the club have bandulued us for time. Xhaka and El Nene should have never been given new deals. I'm not against El Nene giving new deals, whether he's in the Champions League or especially Europa, because he can play all of them. But yeah, Arsenal or United should be all over Basuma Trust. I think I've said it before, I think he's going to end up at United, really. I know man can't just go off one bad game, but would you still offer Eddie a new deal? To the places we're trying to go, ain't cutting it, cuz. Yeah, I would. For the bands, bro, that could be a 20 million quid player. For the bands. Everyone has forgot about Isaac. Xhaka is on the deal. Well, yeah, Xhaka's you mean to tell me Xhaka's contracted to Arsenal Football Club? I never knew that. I never knew that. A lot of do you know what it is with fans? You claim the club you want the club to have high standards, but when your standards are high, they're unrealistic. And then obviously, you know, you lot have the same mediocre standards. Like, look at this pussy old tapping toes, bro. The crashing was televised. Now let's talk about it. Pussy old Spurs fans. Big up toes, man. That's my guy, but still, man. Crazy, man. Just make it. You know what? It's Spurs somehow fumble. I can't lie. I've been putting things in the draft. Like this said, Spurs got one tweet called signing off. Oh shit. Ramsdale has conceded more goals than he has made saves in the Premier League since the start of April. Conceded 14. You see, I'm saying we rub him out, my keeper, bro. We're getting rubbed. Oh, astaghfirullah, man. Yeah? Yeah? You lot need to do the get backs, yeah? You need to do the get backs. This is why I love football, man, because whoever don't get top four, it's long. Fuck it, man. It is what it is, man. It is what it is, man. We have to hold it. You have to hold it. We go again, man. Win, lose, or draw. Listen, we do this thing, man. Fuck it. Would you blame Arteta for not getting top four? Everybody has to hold blame, bro. Everyone has to. Everyone has to hold blame, bro. You can't just say it's the players. Arteta's overcomplicated things, you know. The players have bottled it. We win, lose, or draw together, bro. Like, same way they all deserve praise. Every player, whether I rate Holding, Cedric, and these guys, they played their part in getting in, whether you play 2 games or the majority of these games. You've all played your part in the negative and the positive. Whether you've played or not, we're on and off the field. We're all together in this thing. So everyone has to hold account. That's one thing that pees me off about fans. You know, when we win, it's all the manager. You lose, you want to blame the players, or you want to cherry pick which players and whatnot, or get at the manager sometimes. Why can't everything just be contextualized? Manager set up the team the wrong way, failed to react when there was a spanner in the works with the red card. Players, whether it was 11 men and getting the result done, reacting to going goals down, keeping your heads in check, controlling the occasion, you crumbled. Like, you all crumbled. Where do you think Martinelli striker tick, man? Last season, DG, we lost 13 games in the Prem. This season, we have lost 12. So far, where's the improvement? Have we won more games? Spurs will lose to Burnley. Positive thinking, by God's grace. I don't see it, but yeah. It's crazy, man. I can't lie, Ramsdale's been a bit of a shaky demon, but it's cool, man. Ramsdale, that's my guy. That's my keeper. I can't lie. When DG don't give up on Dons easy. Gabriel, I'm vexed with you. You're still my guy. Rob Holding, you're shit, but you're still my guy. You shouldn't be playing, but you're still my dude. You need to pattern though. You go back to training. Like we need to above. The only time I want to see Rob Holding for the next couple of games is you can't be involved. But and you're doing all this free. Calm down, man. Calm down. Trust. We need to give them a dodgy lasagna, mate. Boy, it is where it is, man. It's literally like just there ain't nothing else you can do, bro. You have to hold it. Apple crumble. 144 likes, people. Appreciative to that. Well, so the top 3 next season. Well, Spurs were more likely to drop points to Burnley. Hey, listen, seeing's believing. Let me see that at 12 p.m. on Sunday. I don't care about Spurs and what they're doing. Just control the variables you can, man. Gabriel, the decent individual performance. Nah, man. Gabriel, for me, he's been a bit sloppy in a few games. You get a nutmeg by Kane. You're unaware of where Kane is in the build-up to the penalty. Not that it was made to pay advantage of that. It's too easy for the third goal. Shaky on the ball. Playing blinkered. Gabriel's my guy, but you've been shit for the last few games. And I think everyone was terrible yesterday. But you was terrible, man. The only good thing you did was when Kulusevski fouled you at the start, really. You're a better man than me, DG. I gave up on Holding as soon as I saw his hairline fading away. Do you know what it is with him? He's shit, but I like him. And we've all probably got one, all the teams we support. Oh, that Holding's dead, but I like him. Now, you don't get twisted. You can get sold in that, but you're cool, man. You can't. Is anyone in this Arsenal squad not kind of meaty? If you're not the young G's, then yeah, you're meaty, bro. And the obvious names. Crazy stuff, man. Is Everton away? No, we already dropped points from winning positions there. Crazy, man. Arsenal giving serious entertainment to this league, man. Serious entertainment to this league. Where is? Apparently there was some transfer news, people. Where is it? And for me, with the club, I can only speak for myself, but I don't need to hear or see any fighting talk. I don't need to hear about the obvious. Just go out and do it. No, just go out and do it. Stop with that. I don't need PR. Just go out there and do it. Is Google Translate going to translate this to English? If it doesn't, I ain't got a chance. We've been linked with some Don. I've never seen him, but Brazilian Don. I'm all for that, innit? Pardon me, Google Translate. Apparently, Sao Paulo has Arsenal proposal for Marquinhos. Contractual situation should accelerate business with the striker trained at the club. Now, the first thing there is, are Arsenal now just being linked for obvious stuff? We've got a Brazilian technical director, Martinelli and Gabriel are there. We're linked with Gab Jesus for Melo, so we could be looking at South American flavor. Is it another case of supposed interest from European clubs to get a new deal? Only God can answer that, or these lot people really and truly. Is that one of them? I don't know, but for what it's worth, alleged. I've never seen this guy play, don't know nothing about him. Brazilian, 19 years of age. I hope you're what they're saying striker, so you must be lit. Sao Paulo has a proposal from Arsenal from England for the striker Marquinhos. The club must accept the offer, which has not been disclosed. The deal tends to be sacrament soon. 19, he's contracted until 2024, but this agreement violates FIFA regulations despite being within what Brazilian law says this is a factor that should accelerate the sale. No clue that means. The player signed in 2019 at the age of 16 his first pro deal. The 5-year contract is permitted by Pele law, but FIFA restricts this agreement to just 3 years. Obviously, once you turn 18, you can sign a 5-year deal. Because of situations like this, Sao Paulo has entered into litigation with other players, as is the case with defender Lucas Frausen. FIFA has positioned itself favorably in relation to the athletes in these cases. Frausen left the club with a special authorization from FIFA. If he decides to sue FIFA, Marquinhos may have his contract with Sao Paulo terminated in July when he turns free. Google Translate not being nice. Therefore, Sao Paulo and the athlete intend to accept Arsenal's offer, which may not be for very high values, to present the player from leaving for free. And apparently they've spoken on it. Apparently the player had his first opportunity in the professional team last year, and he's made 41 appearances and scored 4 goals. Never seen him in my life. Can't verify, but Brazil bias bring that. He can't be worse than what we got in it. Bring all the Brazilians, as long as it's not William. Man said Wellington de Silva could be. With a name like Marquinhos, you know he's a baller. I was thinking that's got to be short for something. Arsenal need to change their team and change their manager. I hate that, man. The best opportunity, the best season, this season, sorry, is the best opportunity we have to finish 4th. Unpopular opinion, Arsenal have shot themselves in the foot in the last top 4 races. No one has been... If Arsenal definitely gave Spurs no one's been like up here and everyone's down there. Like, what would your summer window be? Not a clue if you don't get Champions League. But what I know is you need a centre middle too. You need a striker. You need a backup left, backup right back, or someone that can do the both of them. I've said it before, if you could get a centre half in addition to Saliba, then yeah, a lot of these players need to get cut loose, man. A lot of these guys are not good, bro. A lot of these guys are not built for this thing. The harsh reality. Wait till the PSG Marquinhos rocks up at the Emirates claiming he's 19 and the striker, to be fair, could probably do this thing up front. Really. That was one thing that annoyed me randomly yesterday. Saka and Odegaard not striking the ball cleanly, trying long ranges, and then the ball's not lifting off the ground now. What's all that about? It's all crazy, man. Let's type in Arsenal. See what's going on in terms of the news. Can you stop telling us about Arsenal and Spurs? Lie to me with some transfers, man. I mean, Sterling already said he's not on this thing. Not even bullshit transfer rumors apart from my man. It's all dead. Even that, they're all meaty, man. Which players would want to come to Arsenal with nonsense going on at the moment? Please, sir, deluded, explain this to me. I ain't a sir. Prosper, I don't know, bro. I'm like you, I'm a fan, cuz. I don't know. I can't answer that, bro. All I can say is we'll see at the end of August, beginning of May. I don't know, bro. I don't know, man. I'm just a football fan. I hope players want to arrive to this thing, but dead, man. What? Saka and Ramsdale been nominated for Premier League player, the young player, Premier League player this season. We're leaving with something. Declan Rice has been nominated for Young Player of the Season. He's going to end up winning it, isn't it? Crazy. Apparently, I know this is Chelsea business, but apparently Chelsea has agreed to deal with Inter's Perisic as a free agent. It's decent. I miss my Arsenal, man. I don't know these new youths, man. I don't know these new youths. Fair enough, though. Fair enough, man. Fair enough. On that note, though, people, it's been an amazing one. I'm not going to take up any more of your time, people, man. So, yeah, I'm going to leave you lot to do what you're doing. Arsenal fans, Spurs fans, neutral fans, I appreciate everybody that's tuned in and makes these platforms what they are on Twitch and YouTube. Make sure you're following on both. Obviously, we've dissected the game. We've dissected the game. We've spoken about Arsenal. We've had a bit of banter. It is what it is, man. I'm going to leave you lot now, grab a little bit of lunch, and then I'm live with... I'm going to be on Tapping Tobes' channel, unfortunately. He's my guy, but I say unfortunately for obvious, he's a spud. And then obviously 2:30, I'm going to have Statman Baines, where, you know, that's only fair. I've been getting on to Statman and United for time. He's going to get a bit of revenge on my Twitch. 4:30, I'm playing FM in it. G1, no, bro, no. Now we defo out. We defo out still. I have to see you in the next live streams, brother. Safe. Like, we're defo out. We're defo. In fact, no, I can't rate you. You're a runner. You, Statman Baines, United fans are runners. Win, lose, or draw. I'm not like you. I'm not a reboot, but I'm out here. But it is what it is, people. It's Arsenal till I die. Still the cannon and death. Redemption for what? It's not no redemption. What do you mean? You're still behind us. That's dead, fam. Like, there's no get back. You know I'm on Jose Mourinho tactics. Somehow Statman's still gonna get bandoolied. But I hear that. The game's the game. It doesn't matter as Arsenal lost. You know, you man become Spurs cheerleaders. You lot used to take their players off them. I hear that. Spurs, you always used to act very nice. Defenders, I think, like